Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you my early 24-25 season Premier League predictions. Let's get into it. And I've done it in the best format that I know how to do it. In Tier Maker. As you all know, I'm an avid Liverpool fan. So we're going to start with Liverpool first. Where do I think Liverpool will place? Look, I don't think they will be champions. I know, it's not going to happen. It's a setup year, it's new coach, no new signings yet. I don't think we can pull it off. So we're going to put Liverpool at the 4 spot. I think Liverpool go at the 4 because, yeah, they're still strong. Like, they still have all of the players that they had. It's just resetting with the new coach and the absence of the best coach, Jurgen Klopp. We love you. Yeah, I think they'll place 4th and not much higher. From now on, we'll go from the bottom to the top. So who do I think are the 3 teams getting relegated? As much as I hate to say it, Ipswich is in the 20. Ipswich don't show me a lot. They remind me of Luton Town in that they will probably put up a fight. Like, they will challenge some high level teams. But in the end, it'll just go to relegation. I also think Nottingham Forest. I think they had their chance to prove themselves last year, and they only barely scraped by. But this year they're not making it. So I'm saying Nottingham Forest also get relegated. Finally, I think Southampton go back down, and I put Southampton in the 18. Solely because, yeah, just again, they're not an exciting team. I do not think that they will play football that will get them out of the relegation zone. In the 17, I'm going to put Everton. 1, because I hate them, but 2, because I genuinely do not think they will do well this year. They didn't do well last year. Another team that just kind of barely escaped relegation. They were facing relegation after the several financial charges. Still waiting on Manchester City's. But I do not think they will do well this year, but I do not think they will get relegated, unfortunately. In the 16, I'll put Wolves. There's nothing overly exciting about Wolves, but they are a fairly decent team. They're not decent enough that they will pose any kind of threat to the title or anything, but I do think that they will not be relegated, and that's about all I can say, really. In the 15, I've got Crystal Palace. Another team just not very exciting, not very challenging. I say as a Liverpool fan. I don't think they're title challengers, but I don't think they're relegation teams either. In the 14, I've got Brentford. The reason I put them this low is, again, they're just kind of like the other teams here, except they're on the higher end, solely because last year they were actually able to challenge for some serious headway in the game. They challenged Manchester City, and Manchester City won the title. So, just based off of what they did last year, which is all you can kind of really go off of, except for the new teams, that's kind of where I can see them placed. Where did they place last year? They placed 16th last year, so I feel like they will improve, but I don't think that they'll improve very much. In the 13, I'll put Fulham. Same reason, they're just kind of like the other teams. They're not overly challenging, but they're not relegation level sides. In my 12, I have Bournemouth. I think they are a very interesting side to watch. They have some pretty good players. but they're not quite at Europe contending level yet. But they very well could be in the next couple years if they make some really good signings. In the 11th spot, this is a little bit controversial. I think Brighton will finish 11th. Now, they are also a fairly challenging side, pretty similar to Bournemouth, but they are not Europe challenging yet. I think they challenged for Conference League, not last year, but the year before. So, they are Europe contenders, but they're not consistent Europe contenders yet, so I think 11 is about fair. For the mid-table, the direct mid-table, no, I'm not going to pick Chelsea. I'm going to pick Newcastle. They are just a very mid-table team. I watched their friendly in Australia against Tottenham. I didn't watch it live because I wasn't in Melbourne, but I watched it. They aren't quite playing good enough football to be consistent Europe contenders. I know they contended for Champions League last year, which is mental. How did they do that? Yeah, but this year I see them placing 10th tops. They're going to lose a lot of good players in the coming weeks, I imagine. You know, Anthony Gordon's on his way out. I'm pretty sure Isak, his contract expired. And there's one other who I can't think of that I will put on the screen once I figure out who it is. His contract, I'm pretty sure, expires as well. So a lot of their top players are looking for moves, so I do not think they will be doing very well without those key players. In the 9, I'm going to put West Ham. Now, I'm putting West Ham here solely because they did decently well. They placed around here. They placed exactly 9th last year, so I don't think they will see any improvement or decrease in quality for that matter. And in the 8, it had to be someone, and it's going to be Chelsea. Chelsea managed to make quite a big comeback last year. And it was a comeback that I and a lot of people did not see coming. And the emergence of Cole Palmer, but also just the incredible nature of the football that they played. They were challenging teams that should not have been challenged by Chelsea. They drew to powerhouses when Liverpool needed them to. And they got thrashed by Liverpool when we needed them to. I think they will place 8th solely based on the fact that they will see an improvement on the mid-table placing that they used to, but they will go higher mid-table than they are used to. In the 7, I'm going to put Leicester City. They are a newer team to the Prem this year. They are one of the 3. However, they did win the Prem actually fairly recently, within the last, I think, 5 or 6 years. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. I do think that they are going to come back and make a statement. They're going to come back, say, we didn't deserve to get relegated, here's why, and they will place 7th, and they'll show everyone, hey, look, we're contenders. We beat a lot of you other teams that have been in the Premier League for a while, and I think they have the potential to do that. Then number 6, I'm going to put Tottenham Hotspur. They placed 5th last year, so it is a downgrade. It's not a massive downgrade, but it is a downgrade nonetheless. I think they are around that level. They have some pretty good talent, but I don't think they're quite utilizing it yet. I don't think they're going to win a trophy yet. I think that will remain a curse for Tottenham. That being said, though, they did qualify, I believe, for Europa League, so they could go ahead and win that. It's pretty hard. I mean, Liverpool couldn't do it last year, so it might as well be impossible. Leverkusen couldn't do it last year, so it might as well be impossible. Yeah, I don't see them moving much in quality. I am happy to be wrong, by the way. I am so happy to be wrong, but I just don't see a lot of change coming their way. In the number 5, I'm going to put United. Look, as much as I hate them, and I mean I despise them, I genuinely think they've gotten onto some of the signings really, really early with, I think they've got 2 new signings. They're looking stronger than they were last year, and last year they were atrocious, so they need that kind of improvement. They're doing Europa League football this season, which, like, okay, you know, whatever. They've got a couple key players back. They got Jadon Sancho back, and he was a key part of Borussia Dortmund's Champions League campaign. So I see a lot of potential in that United team, but not enough to edge out Liverpool or edge out the title. In the number 4, like I said, I see Liverpool, solely based on the fact that I don't think that we are a title challenging side in the current state that we're in. In the number 3, I'm actually going to put Arsenal. Now, Arsenal of late, they've been quite good, but everyone knows their bottle job, so they'll end up like here mid-season. They'll pretty much do what we did last season, and they'll coast through and they'll pretty much have guaranteed the league for themselves, and then they'll stumble one game and they'll end up 3rd. It'll happen. It has happened to us, and it will happen to them. I promise you. In the 2nd, you may not like this, but Aston Villa have showed some incredible improvements. During that little bit of the season last year, where they were a genuine title threat, they were so incredibly just switched on, and they were challenging big sides, and big sides were genuinely scared to have them for a game. I think they could place 2nd this year. Although I do think that these two are interchangeable. I think you could put either side. I do think you could put either side and it would work. But I'm going to put Aston Villa in 2nd. That's my bold prediction of the year. That is my bold prediction of the year, guys. Aston Villa for 2nd place. And of course, well, let's be real. Who else was it going to be? Like, I hate it, but it's the meta we live in. Manchester City rules the world, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. Unless, you know, the financial charges end up actually having any place, and then by then we'll just be like, boop, boop. But until then, yeah, Manchester City, I feel like they'll go for a number 4. 4 or 5? Damn, is it 5? Oh no, it's 5. Oh, yeah, I think they will go for the 5. Which hurts internally. Because their meta has lasted a long time. Oh dear. Alright guys, that has been my Premier League 24-25 season predictions. I will leave the link to this little tier list in the description. So if you want to share with me your predictions for the season, what do you think I got right? What do you think I got wrong? What do you think needs changing? Who are your underdogs for the season? It should be a good one. I'm glad to see Leicester back. And I'm genuinely curious to see where Liverpool end up in their fix-up season. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. See you guys next week.